While Macca was flying high, I was pulling into Woomera, and wow! Woomera is a town with a unique history. Lucky for me, I ran into Dave, who had all the facts.
Back in around 46, 47, the English government had actually come to the Australian government and said we need a lot more space than what we've got over in England to actually start doing some testing. The Australian government came and said, we've got a lot of desert out there, so we'll pick a spot in the middle of South Australia and we'll call it Woomera, and we'll start creating a testing range. The range is around 126,000 square miles. It's the world's largest land-based weapon and research facility. A lot of visiting countries come to utilise the facilities here.
The closest you will get to the range is right here in the middle of town at the Rocket Park, where Dave and his team have brought the past back to life.
Woomera itself now is actually called RAAF Base Woomera. So you're standing on a real live active RAAF base. So with that comes the PR side of the Air Force and looking after tourists and all the people that come in here. And hence we try to keep it as realistic and as close to back in the 60s and 70s when these things were fired off as possible. So we're not only do we get tourists that come through here, but the people that used to work here back in the 50s and 60s, and it's good to come back and they can have a look at some of the things they used to play with and fire off the range.
Can you tell me about some of the missiles and rockets that we've got here in the park?
It just gives you a bit of an understanding of what has been fired off and what has gone through with the research and development on the range. But not only the missiles and the rockets, we have 3 aircraft in the park today. The Meteor over here, the Jindovic, the first Australian-designed, Australian rocket-propelled, pilotless aircraft in the world, and across the road here, standing in all its glory, the Canberra Bomber 241 that's had significance with a lot of trial and testing out on the range.
Dave, my dad used to own the world's fastest jet truck, Waltzing Matilda, and it was powered by an engine out of a Canberra Bomber just like this one.
Well, before you leave, there is a significant piece of history in the museum itself, a German set of binoculars off a U-boat that got sunk. So please go and have a look at that. It's quite significant.